Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be finishing all of my crochet WIPs. And if you're new to crochet, WIP stands for work in progress, and I have quite a few. I actually normally don't have a lot of WIPs, especially plushie WIPs, but whenever I do have a WIP of a plushie, it is because I, one, either run out of yarn, two, run out of time, so I'm like prepping for something and I run out of time and can't finish it, or three, it just isn't turning out the way I want it to, set it aside and come to look at it later and see if I actually want to finish it. So I have a few of those. I do have a couple other bigger WIPs that we will not be tackling in this video. I just want to get through some of the smaller ones that I have. I will show you the other ones though, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And yes, I was filming in my closet. This is my yarn section, and up here are all of my WIPs. So I do have a couple finished things. So I have this pumpkin dinosaur that I may eventually want to take apart for yarn. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to take out all of my WIPs and put them on the floor. Alright, now that all that's left in here is some project bags, and then under here I have some more WIPs, but those are ones I'm not going to finish today. Alright, so when I was talking about the bigger ones that I will not be finishing, I wanted to show you one of them. So here it is. I actually started this over a year ago on New Year's Day, and don't mind it's one eyeball, I'm sorry, that's kind of weird looking. But I really wanted to make a doll pattern, and I found some on Etsy that I really liked, but I used a bigger yarn than they did. So it turned out absolutely massive, and I just haven't had the time or inclination to want to finish it, so this one is going to stay in my WIPs, probably for a little bit longer. And here is the rest of my WIPs, so let's go through them. First off, I have this toothless that I have finished. All I need to do is put some sort of eyes on him. I did have eyes for him, but I used it for a different project, so we're going to try to make some more or embroider some. This one is pretty recent. I was making some of the hat duckies. If y'all saw I think it was my latest video, I was making them in this video, and this was going to be a strawberry hat duck. So I do want to finish it, even though I barely started it, because I also have a finished, or not quite finished, I still have to do some of the details on it, but a hat for it already. And I do want to make a red version of the hat too, just to have, so we'll see. There is our second one. Next is I have a little Drift the Octo. This pattern is by the Crochet Carpenter. Highly recommend this pattern, but I ran out of yarn on the last tentacle. So as you can see right here, I got the chain done and I was not able to go any further. So I do not have any more of this yarn, and I'm not going to be ordering anymore because it is rather expensive and I don't want to be buying any more yarn right now. So what I'm actually going to do is, because it's been so long since I have made this, I'm going to take apart all of the rows using the 7mm hook, and then probably still use the 7mm hook, but use a tighter tension, and that should give me plenty of yarn to finish this one, because as you can see, the stitches look kind of loose. And if all else fails, I can still put him back away and wait until I get more yarn. But I do want to finish him because he is almost done. So close. Next, we have an actual finished product, except for weaving in like one end, which is kind of funny. And it is for a cat ear beanie. So I wanted to make some cat ear beanies and sell them. And I actually bought Tiani Asada's pattern, but where she can do it really fast, I have a much tighter tension, so it takes both more chains and more rows for me to get the same hat that she does. So we'll see if I continue this in the future. I really do like it, but I will never wear it, and I don't know if I can get my time down on this enough to where I could sell it for a manageable price. But we're going to go ahead and weave in the end and finish this project off. So there is our fourth WIP. Alright, so in here I have a conglomeration of stuff, so this is just yarn, I don't know why that's in there. And then we have an axolotl head, pink axolotl head, and the starting rounds of the body. So quite a while back, last year, I started this pink axolotl, ran out of the pink yarn, and then made it with Premier Basic Chenille Brights. This is the Mainstays yarn in the colorway pink, light pink. So I want to finish this one, although I am running very low on the hot pink yarn, so I may have to use a different yarn for that. But I am going to finish this one because I do not have a pink axolotl prepped, so that would be really good to have. So there's my 5th WIP. Alright, in here, this is a WIP that's probably going to have to stay a WIP for a little bit longer. It is for another Finnegan the Frog. I think I have a picture, I'll put it up on the screen, of what he will end up looking like. And I really like this color, and I don't want to take him apart, so I am actually going to keep this one as a WIP until I can get some more of this yarn from Hobby Lobby, because I think it is a really, really good pattern and really cute. I have not sold the other one yet, but I think I want to finish this one regardless. Alright, so we're getting into some more fall things. So I have an unfinished pumpkin bear, which I had no idea I still had. I thought I'd finished this. See, this is why it's good to go through my WIPs. So, I have the body, looks about halfway done. This pattern is by me. I will link it in the description. It's in my Google Doc that I always have linked in the description. It is a fall pattern though, so keep that in mind. So, I do have the head for it, it looks like. And let me see, I think that's 1 foot, another foot, 1 arm. And then this is like a regular Jellycat leg. So, okay. It looks like I still have a bit of work to do on him. So I need to finish the head off, stuff it and everything, finish the body. Got both of the feet. This is either a starting of an ear or starting of an arm. I think I have enough yarn of this brown to finish it. I'm not sure. We're going to get as far as we can on this. And I do want to finish it because I really like making these pumpkin bears, and it'd be good to have, if not for right now, eventually in the future. And I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and list him on Etsy as well. So there is our 6th WIP. Alright, coming straight at us here we have another bear. This is not my pattern though, this is from Instagram. It is a free pattern. And this one I have literally all of the pieces done for. So I have the head, the body, the ears, the arms, and both legs. So I need to just sew him together, but my question on this is my other one has not sold yet. I do want to go ahead and finish him off because there's so many pieces he's already basically done. I just want to have him, and then I can list him on Etsy as well eventually. So there's another WIP for us. That is our 7th WIP. Honestly guys, I have a lot more than I thought I did of the WIPs. Alright, and I think this is our final WIP, and this is one that I cannot believe is still a WIP. So I have an almost finished Paddington the bear, y'all. His body's completely done. Tail and everything. I just need to embroider his face details, and then I have his hat completely done, ends are weaved in, and then I have his jacket is where I stopped, and I think honestly it's almost done too. But if I'm being honest, y'all, I don't really like this color of yarn with it. I like the more muted yarn. So we'll either finish this jacket or we will frog this jacket and make another one. But that is something I definitely want to do. So I just need to make his marmalade sandwich, put his facial details on, finish his coat, and he is done. So honestly, this is going to be one of my favorite WIPs to finish. I'm very excited about him. This pattern is by Amazing Art USA on Instagram. She is awesome. Also known as May's Crochets Creations. So there is our 8th WIP. And that is all of the WIPs, y'all. So we have recap, toothless, duck, drift, hat, axolotl, pumpkin bear, bear, and Paddington the bear. We have 3 bears to finish. That's actually kind of funny. So I don't know if I'll do them in this order. I might go ahead and do that just to keep things going, but I kind of want to spread the bears out just a little bit. So we will start off probably with either the pumpkin bear, the axolotl, or the hat duck. So I'm just going to go ahead, pick one out, and get started. But before I do that, I'm going to show y'all something that's exciting. So I recently, actually yesterday, got my room rearranged. So I used to do all of my crochet either on the bed or on the floor in front of my bed, but I got a giant chair to put in the corner of my room. So now I have a very comfortable space to crochet. I really enjoy it, so it's going to be very nice to have. So I'm going to go ahead, pick out my first project, which I think honestly might have to make a wheel and spin the wheel because they all look very exciting. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All of these are plushies except for the hat, which I just need to weave in the end, so we can't really count that, right? I'm going to count it anyway for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will meet y'all back when I have decided. So, like I said, this is not going to be for me because I don't really like this style on me, but it did turn out really cute, and I think I will bring it to my next market for maybe like $15, I don't know. Just something pretty not expensive because it did use my scrap yarns on it, but hey, I made it, and gotta take a picture of everything this year that I make so I can keep records. So I'm going to generate the next number now. Let's go ahead and do that together. Alright, here we go. 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pumpkin bear. This one's going to take a bit longer. So, that's actually really good because I wanted to settle in crochet. So, I'm going to go grab the colors I need, and I'm going to go ahead and make it. And now I have some of the brown in here somewhere. I saw it the other day. I really hope I have some of the brown in here. Well, check my scrap bin. There's that one. Is there any more? And there's that one. Please be more. I'm scared. That's not the same brown. Alright, so we've got these two, and I'm just gonna look over what I still need to make real quick. So I have the head, I have both feet, and starting of whatever that is. I think I can make it. We're gonna be playing a little bit of yarn chicken, but I think I can make it, so I'm going to look back over my pattern because I have not made this in a while and see what I can do, and I will meet y'all back when I have some updates. Alright everyone, coming on with an update. So it is much later. I did take quite a break between working on this because I lost yarn chicken almost at the end, so let me show you. So I have all of the pieces here. I had to remake the body because I messed up the body a little bit, and then my tighter stitches compared to the head made it look kind of wonky. I'm still going to finish it when I do get more yarn though. And then this is the arm I lost yarn chicken on, and this is the arm, so you can see the difference there. So unfortunately I am going to have to put this back in the WIP pile, but it is a much more finished WIP than it was earlier, so at least I got a little bit further on it, and the next time I'm at Hobby Lobby I will be picking up another one of those brown yarn skeins because it is a really nice yarn for making the jelly cat feet and such. It is so tough to work with. So I'm just going to put this back over here, unfortunately. Oh well, I'm going to pick my new project in just a minute. Alright, I did kind of lose track of where everything was. Okay, we're going to go ahead and generate. And we've got 5, so we're going to be working on this bear right here. I just finished sewing the little bear together. I did have to add on a tail. I don't know if the pattern comes with a tail or not. It's a free pattern on Instagram. If not, I will pop up on the screen what I did for the tail so you can make one too. But here he is, and I may in the future make like a scarf for him like I did for the other bear. But for right now, I think he is perfect. So there is another project done. Go ahead and regenerate a number. 6. Another bear. This one has a little bit more crocheting than the last one because he has his jacket. I think I might just finish the jacket in this color. Finish all the details on Paddington and I will come back. Well guys, I am finished. It is much later because I had to restart the whole coat because I did not like how it's looking. So I used the original yarn that I had used before on the other bear that I made, the Paddington bear, and I think it turned out so much better. So here he is. His hat's on kind of weird right now. I need to fix that. That's a little bit better. So here he is, looking absolutely adorable. There's his little tail, his hood. Oh my goodness! I love how he turned out. And not only that, but let me show you real quick. So he has a little marmalade sandwich that you can keep in his hat, which is so sweet. I love making this pattern. This is the second time I've made the pattern, but I want to keep making them in the future, and I'm going to transition from using that brown, which is the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Cozy Occasions yarn in coffee. I'm going to switch from using that one to using the light brown from the Mainstays yarn from Walmart, just because it's a lot easier to work with. So hopefully in the future when I do a restock video on my Etsy, I'm hoping to do that soon. I'm going to be remaking Paddington in the correct color and listing him on there too. For now, I will have him still up in case y'all want to get him that I just finished. I love how he turned out and I absolutely adore him. Let's put him on the ground next to the other ones. Definitely going to be my favorite one, I'm pretty sure, of everything that I make. So I'm going to spin again. The last 3, these 3 are pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and spin now. I'm going to have to get some supper and clean up as I have a little bit of a mess going on. So I'm just going to figure out what number it's going to be, my next project, and I will come back on and finish it, okay? Generate 1! Okay, we're going to be finishing Toothless. So I will meet y'all back when he's done. There's not much to do for him, so I'll meet y'all back. It is Tuesday. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I did finish my next WIP, which was actually the easiest one to finish too, which is kind of funny. It is Toothless, and all I did was add his eyes and go around them with some green yarn. Let me show you. So I have bought the sinker eyes that you would use for these to paint and make them look pretty sparkly, but I had already closed him off and sewn him together, so I couldn't just glue the eyes in. So I went ahead, glued in regular black eyes, and did the green eye detailing instead, which I think looks perfectly fine. So he is all done now, and I can finally add him to my market inventory. I don't know how many times I've brought him to a market thinking I could do the eyes there and then haven't done it, so it's going to be really nice to actually have him on my table now. I'm trying to get all the fluffies off because black yarn shows everything. But here's one last look at him and his tail. Got his wings, and this pattern is, I'm almost positive it's by Z's Crochet Creations, or Z's Creations on Instagram. I will have it linked in the pattern document below. Really quick and easy pattern to do. I was able to pattern test it for her, so really like this one. Okay, now I have my tub of WIPs here, and I've decided just to, now that I've got the ones that I really wasn't going to enjoy making out of the way or enjoy finishing, I'm just going to go ahead and do them in order now of just picking them out. So I think next I'm going to work on the hat ducky. I will finish the ducky itself, and then I will have this hat, and I'm going to make one more hat in a red color so I can have a red strawberry hat too, just to see if the red one does a little bit better at markets, because the strawberry hat, I brought it to I think 5 different markets and it didn't sell until the last one, so we'll see how that goes. But that is going to be my next project. I'm going to go eat lunch now, and I will meet y'all back when this one is done, or when I'm working on it. We'll see. Coming on because I have finished the ducky and the hats. So there is the red one and there is the pink one. So I mainly did this so I could take product photos for my Etsy, but I really like how they turned out, and there is another project done. Alright, we only have 2 left, so I'm going to do the most time consuming one, which is the axolotl, and then we'll leave drift for last. So I'm going to grab some pink yarn and finish up this axolotl, and I'll probably meet y'all back either when I'm sewing on the gills or when it's completely done. Alright everyone, coming on, it is the next day, but I did finish the axolotl last night, so let me show you. Here she is, all finished, and I was able to use up the last of my hot pink yarn in the Bernette blanket, so this is the only skein of this I have. So this is the final one that you'll ever see me make in this color unless I find it again cheap-ish. I can't justify spending $15 on it right now. So there she is. I was not able to use long tails on the gills to sew them on. So if you look closely, I sewed them on with a hot pink worsted yarn. Honestly, I think that feels more secure and looks cleaner than sewing it on with the yarn itself. So I may be doing that in the future. We'll see. It is a little bit of extra work, but I really like it. And that is the second to last WIP done. So now I have the pattern printed off, and I am going to take apart half of my drift, the octo, and finish him up, and then we will be completely done with this video. Very excited. It took a lot less time than I thought it would to do all of these. If I had just stayed consistent, I probably could have gotten them all done in one day, but I have been taking my time, which is good because my wrists have been hurting a little bit. I did take quite a break yesterday, so they feel fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I will meet y'all back later. Alright, so a quick update. I just redid the first 2 rounds of the tentacle part where you just do these 2 rounds, and started on the first tentacle, and if you notice, I'm using my 6mm hook. That is because I was trying to use a tighter tension with my 7mm hook, and it hurt my wrist so much. So I switched over to my 6mm hook, and I'm just using a slightly looser tension than what I usually use, and I don't know if you can tell, but half of these single crochets are done with a 6mm and half are done with a 7mm, and I cannot tell a difference. So I think I'm just going to stick with this for my hand's sake, and hopefully that will also cut down on my yarn too. This is the pile of yarn. I really hope I make it. If not, I may have to tear back even further, like into the head portion, but I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to continue on and hopefully get it all done. As you probably saw in the last clip, I finished my little mini drift. And with yarn to spare, let me show you. I have this much of the yarn left. And his tentacles look a little bit small, but not by much, honestly. And of course, he is a little finger puppet. Back when I was first making this, I was considering taking it apart and using the yarn from the finger puppet for it. but I'm glad that I waited because now he is still a finger puppet and really cute. So that is our final project. Let's go over what we did. So in this video we got quite a lot of stuff done. I got all of my WIPs minus that one frog and of course the doll. I got them all taken care of, which is really great because this also gives me some good inventory for my upcoming market, which is this Saturday. So of course we have our little Drift the octopus. Turned out really cute and I'm so glad that I was able to win Yarn Chicken on this. I'm not going in any particular order, just what's next in the box. So next we have our Toothless plushie, and those are his eyes. Like I said earlier in the video, in the future when I make Toothless, I will not be doing this again, but since he was already closed up, this was the best I could do with what I had. Then we have our pink axolotl. We were winning Yarn Chicken in a lot of these projects, so this is the final hot pink, light pink axolotl until I get some. I have a different color picked out on Premier Basic Chenille Brights, so in the future I'll be getting that when I earn enough money to get another yarn order. But I'm really glad I was able to get one more out of this because this is my most popular color of axolotl. And then probably my favorite one that I finished, he has been sitting up behind my chair and I really love him, is this little Paddington. All I had to make was his duffel coat and the marmalade sandwich, which is gone. Oh, I remember now. I put it in his hood because it kept falling out of his hat. Okay, so his little marmalade sandwich, which the hood is a really good storing spot if you're worried about losing it. And yeah, he turned out really cute. I did do all of his face details too, so his nose and his eyes. And if y'all want to get him, he is on my Etsy, but I will be bringing him to my market this weekend, so if he does sell, I will be taking the listing down and then remaking him in a easier to work with yarn. So there he is, the last one. Probably, maybe I'll make more in this color in the future, but for right now, he's the last one. He's so cute. Then we have this bear, which I just sewed together, and I want to make some accessories for him. So I had another one of these bears, and I made a scarf for him, but I put him down in my booth. If y'all don't know, I have a booth in a local store of crochet plushies, so I brought him down to the booth. So I need to make some sort of accessory for him before the market, just to make him a little bit more exciting. I don't know if it will be a scarf, maybe it will. I don't know what else I would do for him. He is really cute though, but that is him. And then we have our strawberry hat ducky, and I really love how this turned out. It was a great experiment for me to figure out what the red yarn looked like, and of course I have the other color hat. Speaking of hats, I already put it away in my closet. Here is another project we finished. I'm not sure if I'll even count this one because it was just weaving in and in, but I am glad I finished it because I would like to sell it. And then we got pretty far on my pumpkin bear. I have all the pieces except for 1.5 arms, which is really sad. But as soon as I get this yarn, which yet again is this really tough to work with yarn, but it's such a good color. That's what I'm struggling with, is should I prioritize comfort over color? I don't know. I'll probably continue to buy this yarn, honestly. But I almost have that one finished, and then of course the other frog that I have almost done, I will be buying more of the green yarn to use for that to finish it. And if y'all were wondering what's in this bucket, in here I have, I think I made 10. Wait, okay, I just counted and I have no idea why I thought I made 10. There are 20 in here of these little no-sew mini octos. This pattern is a free tutorial from All From Jade. They work up in, no kidding, 8 minutes, and they're so simple to make. These are actually going to be my first $5 product that I will be selling at a market. The cheapest thing I've had so far is my minis bin, which is $7 each or 2 for $12. So this will be the cheapest, or I don't like the word cheapest when it comes to crochet, so the least expensive product that I have. Just in case y'all are wondering about that, you'll see more about this in the coming video, which will be a market prep and market vlog video, which I will actually be starting as soon as I finish editing this video, because this video has to go out tomorrow on Thursday. Thursday the 5th. Anyway, y'all, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for following along to the very end, and I will meet y'all back in the next video. Bye!